Good evening, everyone. This is Attorney Gasikia speaking. We are making this video based on the last news that we received, and I'm sure we all are aware that the U.S. decided to cut short the validity period of U.S. visa to Nigerians. In the past, as we all know, U.S. visa for Nigerians is usually 5-year visa and with multiple entries. This means that a Nigerian who is trying to get a US visa will get a visa for 5 years, and that does not mean that that visa holder can stay in the US for 5 years, but it means that that person can be coming to the United States and going out for 5 years with multiple entries. You come this time, most of the time you have 6-month period to stay in the United States and then go back and then come back again, back and forth for 5 years. Now the US decided that a visa to the United States from Nigeria will only be for 3 months, and that will be a single entry visa. This means that if you go to US Embassy to get a visa to come to the US and you're a Nigerian, you can only get a 3-month visa. Your visa will only last 3 months and you have a single entry. When you enter one time, that means your visa is expired. You can only stay for those 3 months, most likely. And so the longest you can stay for is 3 months, because your visa is only valid for 3 months, and it's going to be a single entry visa. So now, as we all know, that the immigration climate in the US is so bad under our President Trump, and of course Trump administration took that decision, but we also need to understand what brought about that decision. We need to understand that this is more diplomatic issue than anything. We should not think that probably Trump administration has anything against Nigeria in particular. But what happens is Nigerian government decided to give US citizens 3-month visa validity, and when they have those 3-month visa validity, they can only have a single entry with that visa. Meaning, when a US citizen wants to visit Nigeria, he can only get 3-month visa, and then with that 3-month visa, he will stay in Nigeria. He can only enter Nigeria once. Once that person exits Nigeria, let's say for example, that person has a 3-month visa, you will go to Nigeria. That person decides to go to Ghana, for example. He stay in Nigeria for 3 weeks and decide to go to Ghana. When he gets to Ghana, he can no longer come back to Nigeria because he only has single entry. So that's what a single entry visa means. So once you use that visa, whether you stay for 1 day or you stay for 3 days, that visa is no longer valid once you leave that country. However, when you have multiple entries, and even if the visa is 3 months and you stay for 2 weeks, and for one reason or other you have to leave that country, You can leave within those 3 months. You can come back and stay for the expiration date of your visa. But because it's a single entry, it has two effects. Not only the visa period is very short, but you can now go and come back. You can go to Benin Republic, you can go to Cameroon for 2 or 3 days and come back under that same visa. It's single entry. So the US wanted to retaliate for what Nigeria did by allowing US citizens to only get 3-month visa and a single entry visa. So it's just a matter of reciprocity. So the US decided to retaliate against what Nigeria did. So the good news is, because it's a diplomatic issue, is an issue of reciprocity. Once Nigerian government decide to give the US the importance, the consideration expected from Nigerian government, and then everything will come back to normal. So we don't need to panic too much. And as it was stated in the announcement, those who have a US visa prior to July 8th will still use their visa, and they will still continue to use multiple entries on their visa. So that new announcement will start from July 9 upward for anyone who gets a US visa from that date. So that's what we really want to explain to everyone. We need to understand that it's a diplomatic reciprocity issue. Things may be solved sooner than what we would think, and then things will probably most likely come back to normal. So this does not have much to do with Trump administration, but it is rather a diplomatic issue. So that will be all for today, and then once there is an update on that issue, we'll come back and give some. Thank you for your attention.